This is your guide to successfully starting fifth year. My name's Jamie. I'm going to boost your grades and we're just going to get right into it. I won't waste your time. I'm going to share my screen with you on Zoom now, and I am going to give you 5 key pieces of advice and then a little bit of a bonus at the end as well. So I believe I've got my screen shared with you now. We'll get into it. Point number 1, get to know your curriculums. So I mean this for all of your subjects, not just the ones you think are the most important, all of your subjects. Get to know your curriculum as soon as possible. As I have written on the screen here, you can pause and read away if you want. One of the most vital things to start with is to know the course layout for each subject. So basically, know what topics are in each course, know how many papers there are in each subject as well. Like, for example, maths will have 2 papers, English will have 2 papers, Irish will have 2 papers and an oral exam. German will have 1 written paper and 1 oral exam, so on, so on, so on. If your subject is like history or geography, DCG, art, get to know where projects fall into this. So know the layout of your course straight away. Because as the next point says, there's no sense in learning aimlessly. If you're just learning for the sake of learning without actually knowing what the end goal is, it's not as useful. You won't have as much direction, you won't have as much purpose in your study. So our best advice, as it says here, is to make a general topic list for each subject. This can be detailed, or honestly, it's not detailed as you want. We advise just a list, and then as you go on later, or as you cover each topic, you can make a more detailed list of subtopics. But look, it's important that you do this soon. It's important that you get this started as soon as possible, even if you don't really do much productive work at all at the start of fifth year. That's okay. We'll get into that later. Just make sure you know what's coming up in each topic and make sure you know what could possibly come up on your final exam. Because remember, that's what you're working towards. Okay, to actually hammer home my first point here, I have made myself a quick example of this based on the maths course, because that's the course that I'm doing. This is the higher level maths course. If you don't do higher level maths or you just have no interest, feel free to skip ahead. I'm just going to go through the course layout itself. I've thrown this quickly together in Microsoft Word. I've broken it down into 2 papers. In paper 1, I have algebra, functions, differentiation, integration, complex numbers, sequences and series, financial maths. Paper 2, I have trigonometry, the line, the circle, geometry, probability, and statistics. Just thrown this together in about 2 minutes before I start recording this. If I wanted to, I could add more subtopics here, differentiation. So I could say first principles, for example, or I could say in there as well would be the chain rule. Now, again, I'm not going to make a whole topic list for higher level maths right now. That's not the point of this video. But the point I'm trying to make is that you should make a topic list for anything that could come up in your subject. And then if you want to, you can make more detailed topic lists as you go on. Main point, just to recap, know your curriculums. Okay. So the next point I want to make is to actually learn how to learn. And I don't think people understand, as I've said here, 5th years, 6th years, college students, a lot of people aren't quite sure how to actually learn new information. So you might think of the old school, read the book a bunch of times, or you might think, oh, I'm just going to go to class and do my homework and then I'll learn everything. It's really not the case. And a lot of traditional, stereotypical, tried and tested methods aren't necessarily as good as you think they are. Memorization is, of course, a big goal in the Leaving Cert, but it's not the best way and the most efficient way you can learn. Of course, everyone's going to learn differently. Some people use mnemonics. Some people prefer hands-on learning. It's good to find your groove, as the point says here early on. But there are several points relating to learning and studying that actually apply to everybody. There are some that will be specific to you. There'll be some that apply to everyone. But nonetheless, we're not talking about them in this video. The general advice here is to just learn how to learn. There are plenty of great resources on YouTube and TikTok for this, such as our own channels, our own pages, and we're going to be adding more content onto this in the coming days and the coming weeks. Ideas include the likes of deep work, timing, Pomodoro timers, things like that. Just learn how to learn how learning actually works, and then you should start building good habits at that point. We'll have a full Leaving Cert study guide soon enough up on the YouTube channel and a number of clips from that on TikTok as well. So that should be all good. Point number 3 is to start exam papers as soon as possible. So you're going to start going to class, you're going to start learning the most basic elementary material as part of your courses. So say in maths, you might start with algebra. You probably will start with algebra. You might start with, say, reading comprehensions in Irish or Cul Scara. So you're going to start off with the most basic information, which I want to clarify that textbooks, class attendance, even things like videos and TikToks, they're very useful ways to learn this new information and to build a solid base. But what you're being assessed on is the Leaving Cert exams. And what's going to happen is you are going to have to prepare for a Leaving Cert exam. That's what you're sitting. You're not sitting a classroom day. You're not sitting homework. You're sitting the Leaving Cert exam. And usually that you're only going to really cover the traditional textbook kind of stuff in school. So Elevation Education, we're here to get you exam ready. And your teacher is doing a great job. You should be grateful for it, but it's impossible to give every student one-to-one attention in that sense. And also, some courses like maths and Irish are absolutely huge. They're ginormous. They're overwhelming. So you won't be able to cover all of the topics and sufficient exam prep in your class. So what you have to do is start practicing exam papers ASAP. And I'll repeat that. You must start practicing exam papers as soon as possible. This could be as soon as you finish algebra and maths. This could be as soon as you finish your first poem or you finish reading comprehensions in Irish. This could be as soon as you finish the introductory stuff in English. You start practicing your comprehensions or your section Bs. You need to start practicing this kind of stuff ASAP, no matter what the subject is, because that's what you need to be prepared for. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go great the first time or if it doesn't go great for the first 2 times, because you're only beginning. Your skills will increase over time, but to repeat it once more, you must start practicing your exam papers as soon as possible. And with that as well, you need to start necessarily prepared for the exam-based questions. They are going to be quite different questions than what you might get for your homework or what you might get as part of your classwork. I'm going to leave a link after this to a website that I think is quite good for higher level maths. It has all of the exam papers and all of the mock exams from 2 of the largest mock exam companies, all the way back to 2015. So from 2015 to 2024, I would advise you to check it out. And if you want extra help, however, that one-to-one help I was talking about in German, Irish, or maths, just make sure to DM or email Elevation Education. Our email is leavingcertg@gmail.com. We'll provide that, don't worry. Or if you're watching this on TikTok, you can also DM us there. And make sure you watch until the end as well for an unlimited discount. We're going to give you a very limited time discount. I shouldn't have said limited there. I mean limited time discount for our grind service. But we'll get into that later. Point number 4, the next point I want to make, structure. I think that 5th year is a great time to start getting into good habits. I don't think you should be slaving the day away either. I don't think you should be studying all day in 5th year. Your exams are nearly 2 years away, but start getting into the process of building good habits. The good habits you build now will carry you all the way through until 6th year and even beyond that. And that is very true. So you have to establish a good structure now, maybe create a study timetable, although you don't have to do that so soon, maybe after Christmas, and base it around your schedule. And overall, I want to say that's just a vital skill to have, to be able to break up your time, to be able to work towards your goals and still do the stuff you want to do. For more information on this, we're going to have a YouTube video coming quite soon and some TikTok clips on how to actually make a study timetable. We're going to leave a free template. We're going to leave an example. I'm going to show you the one that I use as well at college level. And we're also going to just show you how to structure it around other things in your life, like sports, the gym, hobbies, other things you might want to do, or even just relaxing. As I say here, it's very important to structure your day around the things that you like to do because your mental health matters more. Don't give up enjoying what you do just to study more. It will burn you out quicker. And also, you should be enjoying the fact that you're young. You know what I mean? You don't really have that much responsibility in school or even in college a lot of the time. Some people do, but most of us really don't. Most of us are lucky enough to not have that kind of responsibility. So I do think it's important to just enjoy yourself when you can. Definitely include time for yourself in your structure. We recommend, as I said, ensuring that you're happy and healthy first and foremost. Around 60 minutes a day is fantastic after the Christmas exams. Even 30 minutes a day beforehand, or even after that is great as well. Just build the habit of studying. That's the important part in 5th year. As I said here, there's no need to overdo it in 5th year. Learn how to learn, build good habits, and just have fun. Enjoy it for what it is. You only get one 5th year, you only get one 6th year. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. So that leads me into my 5th point, which is take it easy. Take it very, very easy. So you can take it easy in 6th year and still succeed after, or you can take it easy in 5th year, should I say, and still succeed in 6th year, still succeed in college, still succeed in the rest of your life. I got 65 points myself in the Leaving Cert. It's the maximum amount of points. And I didn't even start studying until after Christmas in 5th year. And when I started studying after those Christmas exams in 5th year, I barely studied that much, to be honest, maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day. But if something had come up with friends or something had come up with my own hobbies, I would gladly miss a day of studying at the time. To be honest, you don't need to do a crazy amount of work in 5th year. Some people, and especially teachers nowadays, are proponents of doing loads and loads of work in fifth year so you can relax in sixth year. At the end of the day, I understand where that's coming from, but there's no need to rush yourself into everything. There's no need to just jump straight into the deep end. There's no need to burn yourself out just now. You might as well ease yourself into it. A slow drip is much better than a flood, as they say. So even though I only did about an hour a day, I took the whole summer off. That's another thing. You don't need to study between fifth and sixth year during the summer. You don't need to do that. Just enjoy your summer. You can if you want to, by all means, but you don't need to do that to achieve well. As long as you keep up and understand everything you learn, as well as start becoming exam prepped. So as I said, do your exam questions now. You'll be more than fine. Everything's going to be fine. It can be stressful starting something new. It's a scary experience for some people, but we all survive it. Your parents have probably done their Leaving Cert. I've done my Leaving Cert. Your teachers have all done their Leaving Certs. Loads of people have done their Leaving Certs. They've all survived. So you will be fine. And if you need anything else whatsoever, just make sure to email us, leavingcertg@gmail.com, or you can DM us if you're watching this on TikTok. You can also DM our Instagram account as well. Any way you can reach us, if you need anything, just let us know. So those are the 5 points that I want to make today. And the only last thing I'm going to say is that we've got a bit of a grinds discount here for anyone that's watching along. If you've watched this far, you're going to look on screen for a grinds discount code. I'm going to put that up on the screen. It's going to be active until the end of September. If you manage to get your hands on this document and you're only reading, make sure to check out the YouTube channel. But I'm sure I don't have to say that because if I'm talking right now, you're watching the video. Our rate is usually €35 an hour, but we can give you a rate of €30 for the whole year and even sixth year. Or if you're a sixth year watching this video, we'll give you a rate of €30 an hour. If you sign up by using the code on screen. So by that, I mean, usually to sign up for Grinds with us, you just DM or email. And in this case, if you sign up and provide this code, then what's going to happen is we are going to allow you to pay only €30 an hour for Grinds. So anyways, those are the points I wanted to make today. This would be my best advice, the 5 points that I would give you going into fifth year, or if you've already started fifth year, depending on when you're watching this. I think for 6 years, a lot of this advice holds true as well. Learn how to learn, know the curriculum, do your exam questions, build good habits, and take it easy. Those are my main points. I hope this helps, and I will see you all the next time.